Ahem.
Uh,
Been on this couch for like 4 hours now.
were we doing stuff? Welcome to Insightfully Random.
Randomly insightful.
Randomly insightful.
God, you did just wake up, didn't you?
I'm Jamaal Random, and this is Inside Alex. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
We are reviewing a trailer for Jaws 19.
I still fail to believe that this is an actual thing.
It's not an actual thing. It's from Universal Pictures Home Entertainment, though, and it's got 2 million views. And before we start, Jaws, liked it? Thoughts?
The original Jaws?
Original Jaws.
Oh, yeah, the original Jaws was great. That capitalized on everybody's basic fear that there's something in the water, something below the surface that you can't see.
Okay.
And you do know that was based on a true story, right?
Yes, it was actually, it wasn't a great white. It was based on a story. This happened like around the northeastern part,
Yeah.
where they believe a bunch of bull sharks actually attacked tourists there, to the point where the tourists would be running into the water because it's that time of year. People are just kind of like rushing to the beach, and at one point they said a bull shark got in with the tide, and as the wave was coming back out, it got lodged up there because it was coming up to meet them.
Yeah.
And then the wave came back in and took him back out. It was crazy like that. But as somebody who grew up in like an island nation, this was very much a real fear. This traumatized me, and it's a real thing where I'm from.
Well, did you have a lot of shark-related events going on? Shark attacks, shark...
Not that we can confirm. A lot of people just not showing up again.
Going out for a swim and never returning?
Yeah, unfortunately, that is tragedy like that. But yeah, you were always very wary of where the sharks were when you were out in the water. I would go with family members spearfishing, and I would keep an eye out, one for what I was looking for and one for what was looking for me.
Do you ever watch that show on Discovery or History about catching those giant catfish with your bare hands?
Yes, and that's freaky too.
Those things are huge.
That's a white folk crazy shit right there.
Oh, like if you didn't have giant catfish where you lived, you wouldn't be doing that?
I would not be crawling down into the hole with both my hands stretched out, waiting, daring the damn thing to actually bite me. I would like some catfish on my plate, though. Okay.
Well, you can thank those crazy white folk for that.
I love me some crazy white folk. All right, so without further ado, let's look at Jaws 19 trailer.
I think we're gonna need a bigger TV.
Jaws made you afraid to go in the water.
Yes, it did.
Jaws 2 made you afraid to go back in the water. Jaws 3D was a new dimension in terror. In Jaws 4 The Revenge, it was personal.
Yeah.
Then it was just business. Then pure pleasure. Cyber Jaws made you afraid to log on. Robo Jaws made you afraid of robotic sharks. Then Chief Brody's grandson assembled a super team of shark hunters. Jaws 10, it was man versus shark versus all the terrors of the deep. Outer space. Then a prequel and a sequel to the prequel. And then a new era in terror began. Jaws started a family. Until a Russian shark named Ivan Sharkovsky took a bite out of the
Those are the ones to worry about.
Learned about love from a mysterious stranger. Jaws 18 Origins, a mind-blowing reboot. Now, the oceans are disappearing, and to save their home, the sharks must attack. Jaws 19. This time, it's really, really personal. Coming soon.
Alright, I gave you that one.
Okay.
That was,
It's those Russian Jaws that you need to worry about.
yeah, they were kind of making fun of the Jason, the Friday the 13th series there, with Jaws in space.
Yeah.
See, the one I'm afraid of, and I'm glad they didn't include this, was the offshoot, the spinoff, Toilet Jaws.
Mm.
That one made me it scared me shitless, really, to be honest.
I don't know if they intended to, but they kind of hit on some sci-fi channel movies too. Although there's Robo Jaws.
Yeah.
I think they have something like that.
Mecha Shark.
Yeah, Mecha Shark.
Yes.
So whether intentionally or not, they did call that.
And also they, along those lines with Jaws and all the other creatures of the deep, because they're Mecha Shark. No, Mega Shark. Because it was Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark in one episode. But their Mega Shark does go after, like, Squidosaurus or giant octopus guy or whatever the fuck they do. I don't know.
You know what? I do not mind those movies, only because as an aspiring actor myself, that may be where I get my start. Interested in a remake of Jaws at all?
Well, they already did that with Sharknado. I mean, really, after everything that people have done with sharks, the next logical step was to put them in a tornado, or, hurricane, or,
Tornado. Hence, NATO. Sharknado.
I know, just anything like that. I'm saying. I guess the next thing would be, Sharkcano, where the sharks come out of a volcano.
Ooh. You listening, sci-fi?
Yeah, call me. We'll talk.
On a serious note, would I like to see Jaws redone as just remade as a film in itself? Yes, because some of the finer points of that movie had nothing to do with the shark. I thought it was the acting between the three leads,
Especially when they got on the boat.
especially when they got on the boat. The tension there was palpable because it was real. Richard Dreyfuss and was it Richard Dreyfuss?
Yes.
And Caffrey, I forgot the name of the actor, really did not get along in real life, and so it lended quite well. I would see a remake of it if I knew the director was a good director.
I'm going to go ahead and say no, because anytime they do a reboot like this, especially when it's something like Jaws, where there's a lot more subtext to it, they never get it right. They always go for what's on the surface, pun intended, and they never go deeper than that. So unless it's somebody who is just absolutely in love with the Jaws movie, or it's somebody really, really weird, like a Tim Burton Jaws movie, I would never see. However, Guillermo del Toro Jaws movie, that might be interesting.
I would see a David Fincher one.
Jaws would have his eyes on the fins, and he would be all looking at you like that.
I would see a David Fincher one in that David Fincher is, if nothing else, just a dramatic director.
He might be able to do a good job.
And I feel like that's what you would need. You don't need a sensational director or an action director or even a CGI director or a special effects kind of guy. You want a dramatic director for that.
The guy who did the Dark Knight series, Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
He might do a good Jaws movie.
I tend to think of him now more as just action guy.
Yeah, but if you remember Memento and Inception. Inception it does have some action moments to it. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought Inception was as action as he's ever gotten.
But there is a lot of interplay between the characters and a lot of subtext. And dealing with dreams, you have to go into subtext and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I think he could do a Jaws movie. The guy who did the Fast and the Furious series, he could do a Jaws movie, but his Jaws movie would probably be guys walking around with shark cannons and shooting Jawses at people.
With baby oil. So now we come to the part of the show where really we provide you a chance to alter your life for the better. And you do that by doing three things.
Free cosmetic surgery?
When you say free, we're not paying for it, right?
Hell no.
Then yes, you can do that. And if you choose not to, you can do these three things instead. Click the subscribe button. Click the like button. And then leave a comment. Your life will dramatically improve. Alright? Okay. Thank you for watching another episode of Insightfully Random.
Great. Door's not going to open now for like 4 hours. see what I have to deal with.